Okay? Hey, that is so sad. You know that is so sad? Because you cannot know it all. Okay? Who in this room here knows everything? I don't know it all. Hey, I'm over 60 and I don't know it all. I need a counselor. And you know what? When the counselor speaks to you, and he says, well, you know what? You shouldn't do that, but let me tell you what you should do. Then you say, okay, you know what? I will do that. Because this is a wise man. And he is older than me. And my wise counselors have got great testimonies of their lives. So you heard what I said, get a wise counselor. Okay? Okay? Not any counselor, but a wise counselor. And then begin to listen. You don't know it all. And when you hear something that is not good, or let's say is difficult, you submit your heart. Submit. In your heart, you submit. So my wise counselor, my senior pastor, okay, yeah. He said to us before the church started in South Africa, he said, I want to have a meeting with you. So we had a breakfast together. And he says, now let me tell you something. Up to now you've been a small fish in a big pool. In a big lake. Okay, because we were in a very big church. And he says, now you're going to be a big fish in a very small pool. So I said, that's very clever. That's very wise. So he said, everything that you do, the people are going to see. And they're going to begin to follow you. So let me tell you, there's some things about you and your wife, you and my wife's name is Renee. You and Renee need to watch a couple of things. You need to give attention to a couple of things in your lives. Okay? And he said some very, very good things. We've never forgotten. After we started the church, we thought, it's going well, like 3 or 4 months, everything's going well, people coming to the church, it's great. So I have a meeting with my wise counselor. And he says to me, it sounds great. He says, so have you started training leaders yet? And I'm like, huh? I never even thought of that. He said, I'm telling you what God is doing, train leaders. So I said, how do you train leaders? So he said, I will help you. So he told me how to do it. So we started doing it. And 3 years later I said, what a lot of wisdom. Yeah. I had a wise counselor and I listened to him. And I've been in ministry for 30 years. And I've got 3 people that are my wise counselors. And they can speak into my life. Okay? And if they say something to me, I say, I'm listening. Okay? And you know, if you're leading the church, it's not just about you. If you mess it up, you are going to hurt a lot of people that are following you. We think it's just about us. And you know lots of churches maybe where things have gone wrong. Maybe because of finances. Maybe because of sexual sins. Okay, and the church gets blown apart. Okay, why? Because that leader was not accountable. And he just thinks of himself. He doesn't think of all the sheep that he's hurting. Okay, number 3. The story behind, this is my story behind the story. Number 3. Number 3 is find the right leaders and give them the right tasks in the church.
Noonya abakulembeze abatuufu era obawe ebyokola ebituufu mu kanisa.
And you can just write this down. The scripture is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 2.
Kino osobola kiwandiika Timothy ekyokubiri
chapter 2 verse 2. 2 Timothy 2 verse 2. Yeah, 2. Okay? It says, what you have heard from me, those things you should give to other people so that they can teach other people. Okay, let's read it.
Timoseewo ekyokubiri essula ya 2 olunyiriri lwa 2. Era bye wawuliranga gye ndi mu bajulirwa abangi ebyo biteresenga abantu abeesigwa era abalisaanira okuyigiriza n'abalala.
Okay, you got it?
Timoseewo ekyokubiri olunyiriri lwa 2. Era bye wawuliranga gye ndi mu bajulirwa abangi ebyo biteresenga abantu abeesigwa era abalisaanira okuyigiriza n'abalala.
And is that the right verse? It speaks about give to faithful people so that they give to others.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I want to ask you a question. If you're a leader here, how much are you investing in other people? Because the scripture speaks about invest in other people so that you can train them so they can invest in other people. Now I'm going to speak much more about that in these next 2 or 3 days. Okay, number 4. Number 4, a healthy church has people from all generations.
Ekanisa ennungi eyina abantu okuva mu mirembe gyonna.
Okay, we have old people, middle-aged people, young people, and children.
Erimu abakadde, erimu abawakatikati awo, erimu abakulu, erimu n'abaana.
So what happens sometimes in the world?
Ekibaawo ebiseera ebisinga,
we get some young people,
tufuna abaana abato,
and they say, we're really modern. We're modern. We are the church of the future. Okay. We don't need any old people. Okay, we're going to start a church. It's going to be a young people's church. Okay, and I think, oh, how stupid can you be? I don't know. Maybe this church is like that in Uganda. Okay, or otherwise the old people say, we like the church like it is. We just don't want any young people here. Okay, but you know what? The church is a family. The Bible speaks about the church as being the family of God. Okay, in our church we've got some people that are 90 years old. Okay, and we've got lots of babies that have just been born. And everything in between. And when I look at that, I say, yes, Lord. This is how it is meant to be. Okay. But I want to give you some wisdom about dealing with the different generations working together. Okay, so the scripture is Proverbs 20 verse 29.
So that is Proverbs.
Proverbs 20, and it's verse 29.
Engero 29.
Okay, write it down.
kiwandiike wansi.